Hey guys, Miss Wilson again. Today we're going to talk about direct variation. It's just expanding on what we already know about proportional relationships. So let's review what we know. Proportional relationships are in the form y equals kx. And where y equals kx, what's our k? Our k is our constant, and our constant we find by doing y divided by x. Don't get confused and put the x first. It's always y over x. So direct variationship is just a relationship that can be written in the form y equals kx, where k is a non-zero constant. So direct variation looks on a graph just like a proportional relationship. Goes through the origin still, which remember the origin is 0, 0. And you see this one does not go through the origin. So it's not a direct variation, nor is it proportional. So this is what the direct variation looks like. So let's try some examples now. We're just going to start by finding k, just like we did last week. And so to do this, you have to have y divided by x. So it's time x or distance is x. Remember what we talked about. X is on the top, y is on the bottom. So if we're going to do k equals y divided by x, we're going to do our y divided by our x. And 5 divided by 40 is going to be a decimal, or you can just simplify the fraction. 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 40 8 times. So that's so far 1k. Then I'm going to do the next one. 8 over 64. Can I simplify this by 8? Yes. So 8 goes into 8 one time. 8 goes into 64 8 times. So far so good. Let's try the next one. 10 divided by 80. Well, that simplifies. You can just mark your zeros off. 1 over 8. Now 12 divided by 96. If you don't have a calculator, grab one or use your phone or something. But 12 simplifies to 1 over 8 as well. So since they all simplify to 1/8, that tells us our k is constant, which also tells us we can write the equation for this table in the form of y equals kx. So our equation is going to be y equals 1/8 x. So it's basically what we've been doing, just calling it something different. So on the next one, an amplifier generates sound with the intensity that changes with the power input in a constant ratio. The table shows the relationship between the input signal in watts and the resulting sound intensity in watts per square meter. So our goal here is to find out if this is going to be direct variation. And to do that again, we got to check with our k, which k is y divided by x. You're going to get tired of me saying that, but you have to remember it. So our first one is 1.5 divided by 2, which, if you don't have your calculator, is 0.75. Then we're going to check the next two. 3.75 divided by 5, and again is 0.75. You can't stop there. You have to try them all. You can't assume that they're all the same. Then you have 9 over 12 equals 0.75. Oh, excuse me. And then 14.25 divided by 19, which again is 0.75. So, to the right of this video, you need to tell me what my equation is going to be for this one. We just found our k. And if we just found our k, you should know the equation. There's my k's. Now it's your turn. I want you to try this one by yourself. The table shows the widths and lengths of United States flags. Determine whether the data set shows direct variation. If so, write an equation that describes the relationship. So you need to check. 1 if k is constant. and 2? If so, write the equation. Do that now. Now, looking at it from a graph, remember, has to start in the origin, and then to find K, we're going to find our slope, which we've talked about last week. Slope is rise over run, which is still y over x, just like K. So if this is my y and this is my x, what's my slope? Well, if we start at the 0, the next point we're going to cross is about right there, so it's up 5, 10, 15 over 10, 15, 20, 25. 5 over 25, can that be simplified? Yes, to 1/5. So then what's my equation? Y equals 1/5 x. Good job. So next, the cost of buying a bag of apples for the Harvest Festival varies directly with the number of bags purchased. What will the cost of purchasing 7 bags be? Before we focus on the question, before we do anything with this, we are going to figure out our slope. Well, our slope is going to be up 5 over 1. Up 5 over 1. That's our K, up 5 over 1. Up 5 over 1. So my equation is y equals 5x. Okay, and if my equation is 5x, what will the cost of purchasing 7 bags be? Well, to find that out, I plug in 7 for x. So I want you to find out what's the purchase of 7 bags. What would the total price be? And you're going to put that in the thing next to the screen.